I've put oil on the outside of the seal here. I'm going to go ahead and get it started a little bit. Well, heck, I didn't even have to beat it. Okay, so that pushed right in. That's a nice setup there, pushed right in. I'm going to make sure that it's all the way down on the flange here, which it is. And so now we're ready to install the cover. Absolutely losing my voice, but what we're talking about right now, new fasteners, and we call those engine jewels. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate the engine back to the top dead center here, and we're going to take, I've made sure that we have enough engine jewels for all the timing chest compartment, which we've pressed in a brand new sealant in, which we saw earlier on Mr. Mowog there. We've got some odd shaped elongated washers for right here that are the factory washers, and so I'm going to go ahead and get that done right now. I've applied the gasket material. I use I really like this Permatex right stuff, and so you put that on there, kind of spread around a little bit. That to be perfect. And then we're going to take our couple bolts here. I'm going to set that on there and go and torque that down. All right, now this is your this is your oil slinger. So that's going to go on the crankshaft right here. The curved part goes toward the front. Don't use the phony aftermarket ones. Use this cupped one if you have it. This right on here. Okay. That's the last component. Okay, so don't forget to use your oblong washers here around the timing chest to help hold that down flat. We're going to go ahead and offer up. We're going to go ahead and offer up the crankshaft pulley. There's a little mark right here. I'm going to mark that with yellow paint later, but for these purposes right now, I'm going to put that on there. Line the keyway up. Okay. There we go. Okay. Just get that set on there a little bit. And of course I put some Loctite in the range. And some Loctite in the nut again. This nut, this nut here has a little flange that sits on the cap nut there. Just go put that down and torque it to the factory specs. Make sure that hangs with the nut. It's got a little flange it sits on. Alright. Then you can get your little hand crank your motor up. Be all set. Let's set up the head gasket. About the copper head gasket, of course, make sure you look for the word top and front. Alright, we've meticulously cleaned the engine block. And now we're gonna just make sure the gasket goes down. Okay, once again, we got the top, we got the front. We put our Permatex gasket material on here. And now we're going to offer up the cylinder head. Got the cylinder head ready, the head gasket ready. Pretty exciting moment. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and put on the gaskets where they go. I'm sorry, not gaskets, washers. These washers are hardened, so we'll go ahead and put this on. So we have our lifters there, and I want to juice them up a little bit as I'm installing them. I also put some compound on all the bottoms of them, of the lifters too. And that's actually what comes with the camshaft. So you just dip that in there a little bit. You don't need a whole ton. Rub that on there. And then little juice on that one. Go ahead and rub the juice around a little bit. Or that's whatever your engine building oil. So your engine oil is going to be. We're going to actually use Joe Gibbs break-in oil, and then we'll use the regular Joe Gibbs synthetic. Okay, so it's in there. I already did that one. So it's in there. Good. There we go. Okay. Now those are sitting on top of the camshaft. And next thing we're going to do is put in our push rods. And the push rods, we've already cleaned them all. And we want to face them up. And then once again, we're going to put the little tip of the rod, the male end. Nice. And there we go, just like that, and so on and so forth. And make sure you buy a roll of Volstead's book. He's 95 now. And I talked to him a little bit ago. Doing quite well. But anything we can do to support the gentleman who set the standard of racing is something that's pretty easy to do. So now we're going to go ahead and offer up the rocker shaft, and then we'll finish working down the cylinder head. Take the rest of your camshaft grease they gave you with the cam and go over all the valve stem tops and get a little grease on there. Okay. And then take a little bit and put them in the cups on the push rods too. Doesn't matter how much you put in the little cups there. But the point is to make sure that when you put the rocker shaft on, it'll have enough grease in it. Okay, there we go. This is just how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. It's how I do it. It's my way. I've assembled this new rocker assembly. We've got new rocker arms and a new shaft. And so now we're going to set this on the engine and we'll be ready to adjust the valves.
Remember that when you bolt these, bolt on your rocker shaft, that we put a high lift cam in it, so you need to back off. These rockers aren't really backed off enough when you first get them brand new out of the box, so make sure you back all those off so that there's actually no valve opening at all, or very little when you bolt the rocker arm down. To loosen all these rocker nuts and the rocker screws, and then install them and then adjust the valves to reset them.
We're going to put the distributor drive shaft in, pardon my voice today. Notice that on the wheel I've marked it with a yellow marker. Not a yellow marker, it's actually yellow paint. And I've also marked the bottom timing mark down here, which is on the cover. It's the notch that is farthest this way is top dead center. So we're going to put the engine on top dead center. I'm going to get the wide camera angle now. Okay. Let's take off our night covers. A little night suit. And crank the engine over to TDC exactly. Just making compression now because we've got a valve adjustment on it. Make sure you don't run by that thing. Okay, here she comes, and there is TDC exactly perfect. It doesn't. You don't have to have it exactly perfect, but get it quite perfect because this engagement drive for the distributor has 8 or 9 teeth, almost like 9 teeth. So you're going to have 40 degrees of timing anyway in here, so you'll know if you're off. Notice that I marked. There's a taller part on the drive and a shorter part of the pie. I think you can see that. So I marked it with the blue. Blue is my felt pen mark for the part's been checked out and it's ready for the engine. I just put a little scratch on it. So we want to have that scratch part at about right here. Let me get right by the camera. You can see the distributor is going to get bolted down right here. Okay, so this is going to look like that in there. I know you probably can't see it like that, but the fat part's going to be slightly, I'm sorry, that's the right look right there. It's got a little tiny cant with the fat part to the top, and this edge is just slightly above the hole. So I'll take this now. I use my little screwdriver. You don't need a little screwdriver, you can use a big screwdriver if you got it. You can use whatever you got. Line up the hole right here. And I want it to, notice how it rotates. So when I put this in, it's going to rotate that way because of the way those teeth are. So I want to start probably in about the upright position, or just a little bit less than that, maybe right here. Take it in, put it right in there, put it right in that hole, and drop it. Good one. That was perfect. Oh man. Perfect, dude. There it is. Okay, now, supported it, and I just twist that a little bit into place. And check it. And install this. Put the screw in. You can set the distributor in. We'll set the distributor on number 1 for top dead center, and away you go. This is for the oil cooler. We put a new copper washer on there. So obviously the water drain is the hose that goes to your pressure gauge. Going to do the valve adjustment later. Water temperature sensor goes here. On the other side, you just have, I'm not going to shove this around. I'll just take the camera around. On the other side, we've got the 2 side panels. When you put the side panels on, we put these side panels on. We put our push rods in, put our tappets in. I like the silicone gaskets if you can get them. The felt ones do not over torque the felt. Put a copper on the outside of this nut. Oh yeah. Use a new copper O-ring on the outside of the bolt right here. And I still put a little swish of black silicone on that inside back of this washer. I'm going to put on the water pump right here, and then we'll set the distributor on number 1 like we already talked about, slap the valve cover on, cam cover. Well, it's not a cam cover, it's a valve cover. And then we've got our side draft Weber. I'm all over the place, huh? We've got our side draft Weber here, and our exhaust header. And then we'll take it off the mountain here, put the flywheel on, set up the clutch, and we're ready to put it in the car. Okay, it's time to adjust the valves. Use the handle to crank the engine over. When number 8 valve, 8765431, when number 8 valve is fully open, when number 8 valve is fully open, we're going to adjust the first valve to 15 thousandths. We will do that by opening this nut right here, thusly, and then adjusting this screw here until we just get a go, no go feel here. That's 15 thousandths. 14 is too easy, 16 doesn't go. That's a go, no go fitment right there. And then I use this, put my F-inch snap-on wrench back down, put my little snap-on screwdriver right in there. And then I hold that screwdriver tight and I wrench this down until it's tight. And then go ahead and recheck it. Okay? That's all there is to it. Now, let's go over it very quickly. You can adjust number 1 when 8 is all the way open. You can adjust number 3 when 6 is all the way open. Down here. That'll be the next as you're rotating it over. Then you adjust 5 with 4 open. You adjust 2 with 7 open. You adjust 8 with 1 open. Adjust number 6 rocker with 3 open. 4 with 5 open. And then lastly, adjust the number 7 rocker back here when number 2 is fully open. There you go. There's your valve adjustment. There's the used carburetor setup that we've tuned in for the for this particular engine with the header. We got the nice street cam, and then we've got the distributor and water valve and a mount and the ground and an oil line and all the other goodies in there. So we're going to call this one good on the MGB.